Hey there, it's Peter Buick. I just want to take you through a little tour of Geru, which Jonathan Reese pronounces Guru, but it's spelled Geru. Anyway, Geru, this is going to be like one of those words like niche and niche, isn't it? Anyway, Guru, it's easy to say that way. Guru is basically a business simulation software platform. It runs in the cloud. You can use it on mobile devices and all that sort of stuff, and obviously your desktop, but basically you can get it anywhere you like. Nothing to install, nothing to update, all that kind of stuff. So it's a business simulation tool, so it doesn't actually create any actual funnels or sales pages or landing pages or squeeze pages, anything like that. It just tells you what would happen from a business perspective if you did a particular model. And I know that I shouldn't be excited that I made it go bankrupt in the first like 5 minutes, but I think that actually demonstrates how incredibly powerful this is. So let me just go into my little mock t-shirt business here. So I got a little mock t-shirt business just to see what it's like. Now this isn't a particularly good demo because the video screen capture is a lot smaller than the Geru screen area, but hopefully you'll see enough of it. So basically you have this little iconic visualization of what's going on, and over here you have all the things that you can basically drag onto the area. Okay, but what I want to show you straight away, because you've probably seen in the sales video, or certainly you can go and see in the sales video how you drag stuff on and off and all that kind of stuff, but I wanted to show you this. So with this scenario B, the brackets mean that it's negative, so that we're actually losing money. So if we run this business model, we would actually go bankrupt. We'd be losing almost $7,000 a year. Isn't that good? But the great thing is we haven't had to spend money, run ads, and spend 3 months of our lives to work that out. I did this in 2 minutes, and this is really the power of the thing. Now I know you're going to look at these figures and go, no, I can do better than that. But the point is what if you can't? What if these really are the real world figures? Okay, you just lost $7,000 a year, and you don't know how to fix it. And obviously with this particular model, there's something very wrong in what's going on. So let's just have a quick look at what this is based on. So there's a squeeze page opt-in. You can set different types of versions of it: a sales letter, video sales letter, or a hybrid, which is both. And you can set the conversion rate. Now I know you think that this should be 100%, but basically no matter how good a quality traffic source you send to it, unless it's actually your existing list who are already super responsive, everybody who lands on the squeeze page is not going to opt in, even if there's a freebie in it. Or even if there's a compelling pain point explanation, or even if it's highly interesting and incredible new content, news story, or slipstream marketing kind of wow rubberneck kind of picture. Okay, they're not all gonna opt in or even click to see it. Okay, so you can play with this figure, and that's the point. You can play with the figure. But let me just take you through this, and then we'll go back and change the figures. So if we did only get 15% of the people who landed on the page who actually opted in to get the coupon or whatever it is, because in order to get the coupon they have to want the t-shirt. So if they get to the page and they don't want the t-shirt design because they don't like it, they're not going to opt in to get the coupon, are they? So this is the whole thing about why the conversion on the opt-in page may not be that great. So let's say only 15% of them do it. If the t-shirt is going to be $19 because we want it to be super cheap and easy, and that kind of stuff, and we're selling it for $19, it still costs us a certain amount of money to get made. So let's say that the print on demand cost for this, because this is a Teespring kind of campaign, might be $9. That may not be accurate. Again, you can change the figures as you want. And let's say only 30% of the people who get to this page, so they get the coupon and they think, oh, I've got a coupon, say it's a $8 coupon off, so instead of 27, a $10 coupon, so instead of 28, it's they can get it for 19 bucks. So it's 10 bucks off. That's only a third of them actually do that. Okay, and let's say that we think that we're super smart and we put let's say we're not super smart and we don't put an OTO on it at that point. So if that's all that happens, then we lose $4,000, almost $5,000 a year. Okay, if those figures were true. Now this also depends on the traffic source we use. The traffic sources are on this tab up the top here. And I've picked Facebook ads. I'm doing it on a cost per click model. I'm saying that each click is going to effectively end up costing me something like 80 cents. Not actually that unreasonable. Let's say that with my ad budget I can get about 600 visitors a month out of that. And then we've got this interesting thing called conversion strength. So how many of the people who click on your ad are just tire kickers? Are they just clicking to waste time, or do they actually want to buy the t-shirt? You can't really show the t-shirt in the ad that well, depending what sort of ad it is. So maybe they click through to see, well, what's the t-shirt like, and then they get to the t-shirt design and they don't like the design. Well, that's where this low conversion rate here comes in. But we've got conversion strength. So if 70% of them are tire kickers, then we can add that into our traffic equation. And again, I know you're probably thinking, that's crazy. You can do much better than that. It's going to be 100%, conversion strength when you run your Facebook ads, because you're so much better than I am. And maybe that's true. But let me just show you something interesting. So, even if I'm right that 30% of this conversion traffic, 70% of the tire kickers and 30% of them are interested, then we lose almost $5,000 a year. Now, if we change the conversion strength up to say 100%, okay, we lost less, but we're still losing almost $3,000 a year. So even if you're right and I'm wrong, and Facebook traffic is fantastic, at this kind of cost per click on this kind of cost item with no OTOs, it's not going to happen with this conversion rate as well. Okay, let me put that back to 30%, because that's what I think it actually is. So I'm back to losing $5,000 a year. So let's say we think, well, let's be super smart. Let's add an OTO. We're going to do more than sell than one t-shirt. Let's say we do a special 2-pack with exclusive designs based on this one, and they can have it for only an extra. Let's put in the product cost is going to be 18. That's a one-time thing, and let's say the price is icons in the way. That's a bit annoying. Let me just move that over. Oh, I can't move it out of the way. There we are. So you can't see me put the price in, but anyway, let's say it's $45. Let's get that back in the screen. Okay, so it's really annoying. That's annoying. So that's $45 under there. Okay, you can see over here now, and let's say 18% of the people who bought t-shirt 1 go for this special 2-pack upgrade. Okay, so now we're still losing money. Holy crap, still losing $5,000 a year. Even though we've done this, it's still not happening. Wow, something seriously wrong with this business, isn't it? So that's the power, as far as I'm concerned, of doing it like this. Now we can try different variations. Here I put in a different traffic source, media buys, and I'm saying that with my media buys, I'm paying maybe $5. I'm doing this one on impressions. $5 1,000. 1% of the people who see it, because it's just a media banner, are going to happen. And if it's 100 people click through on that, and the conversion strength is 70%, because we've got more room to show the t-shirt. We might be showing it on a fashion site where people are more predisposed to buying, but obviously we can put that figure in when we get the real world results. But what happens to the business then? well below me we've made a profit. Okay, isn't that amazing? So I have increased some things there, but let's just actually let's just put them back just to see. Well, actually, let me do it on the original model. So if we go back to sorry, we did B, didn't we? If we go back to this one, and let's say we change it from Facebook to be media buys. Okay, I should have actually created a variation so that I kept my original one. But anyway, so it's 1% sitting on that. Let's say it's 1,000 for the minute, and let's say it's 70% conversion now. Okay, what happens to our business if we still had the same opt-in rate, still the same price, and so let's take that upside out. So there's no cost, but it would be no. That's really annoying. That's in the way. No money either. Okay. So now we're losing a lot less money. Okay, we're only losing $3,000 a year, but we're still losing money on this. So even if we have a better traffic source, okay, we're still losing the money. Okay, so let me actually create well, no, I won't create a variation, but we can just click the button here, create a variation, and then we could keep the two and compare them side by side. So what's going on here? So one of the things that we could try, maybe we don't know what to try, so one of the reports that we can run is this thing called, let's get the page open, called the Profit Finder. Okay, so we click the Profit Finder, it's going to go and do some sums, and it's showing that if we could improve the conversion rate, or the opt-in rate, so the conversion rate of the opt-ins by just 5%, we would add this much money. If we could improve it by 10%, we'd increase by this much money. And it's done them in order of value. So even if we did 5% more sales of the upsell, it's going to make a $9 loss, 9-cent loss on the funnel. So doing that isn't going to help. Okay, lowering our refund rates, by 5% of that is again only going to give us a very marginal improvement of what's going on. And interestingly here on this particular one, even changing the opt-in rate, if we can improve the opt-in rate of the squeeze page by 5% or 10%, we're still only getting a fairly marginal improvement, and it's basically the same as if we increase the price or the number of people who buy, by 5%. So we could do both of those things, and then we'd be adding $28.60 or something to our, I think that's a monthly figure. So we can see where the weak points are here. So we can get more conversions of the actual product. We can get more opt-ins of the product. They're the two things we should focus on. Refund rates isn't going to happen, and at the moment, changing the OTO isn't really going to help us. Now that might be because I left something weird in the funnel rather than just deleting it. Let's just take that to 0. Just see if that. Probably should just delete it really. Okay, let's just run the Profit Finder again. Let's just see if that makes a difference to its figures. Yeah, okay. So I should have taken the conversion out, even though the product cost was 0 and the sales price was 0. That wasn't enough to take it out of the equation. So changing the conversion to 0, we can see that it's not actually making a negative effect on the thing. But nothing else has changed. There's still two key improvement areas are to actually increase the conversion rate of the sales and to increase the conversion rate of the opt-ins, i.e. the number of people reaching the sales page. Now, I mean, this is all it's obvious, but would we have realized this to this degree without this visualization? and that's why it's a business simulator. Okay, so it's telling us what we need to do. If we improve it by this amount, this is telling us how much extra we'll earn. So obviously this is a very micro business. It's still not scaling well. It's not it's not good, but we know what we could improve, and the most important thing is that we know that we're losing money if we did it. Okay, so with these figures, which are probably really fairly real world, we're not making we're making a loss. So if we put this OTO back in, so I think it's going to cost us $18 to that. So I've got to move that in to put the price in. There we go, and let me just put the conversion rate in. Okay, so now you can see that if this upsell is $45 and we get an 18%, so almost a fifth, 1 in 5 people, go from the one t-shirt to buy the OTO. Okay, we still haven't broken even. Wow. Okay, so we saw that if we changed the quality of the traffic, and gave it much better strength, and we lowered the cost, and we got more visitors. So in fact, let me just show. This is quite interesting to see it. So at the moment we're losing almost $1,000 a year. So we're thinking, all right, well, after as a whim, let's send more traffic to the offer. Okay, we lose more money. Isn't that incredible? I mean, did you realise that was going to happen? So if the offer isn't profitable with a small amount of traffic, then sending more traffic to it, which obviously going to cost you more money, just makes you lose more money. So sending more traffic to the offer is not the solution. Now I don't know if that I've never come across as strongly, even to me, than doing that. And that's the power of this simulation. Okay, so sending more traffic doesn't cure it. What can we do? Improving the opt-in ratio doesn't help as much as we might think. Let's prove that. So if the thing was 15%, which is what I think it could be, let's make it 50%. And see what that does. Okay, that does give us a profit. So if we can get half, so 1 in 2 people, signing up to to get the coupon or whatever your opt-in squeeze page is, or just to click the pretty picture to see what the t-shirt design is. It could be a passive squeeze, up to you. We could get to see a profit. Okay, now this scale of business, okay, we can see with one t-shirt at that price, with that opt-in conversion rate, we're still only making $11,000 a year, so it's not it's just pocket money kind of money. But now when we change the traffic, maybe it will scale, maybe it won't. Let's find out. Let's do something crazy, and it scales up quite nicely. So if we sent that much traffic to it, with these figures, it would do something. Okay, so let's go back to something a bit more reasonable. Let's change it actually back to Facebook instead of media buyers, because you're probably tempted to do that. 80 cents a click by the time you've mucked about. I don't think the traffic strength will be that good, but obviously you can change that, and we're back to making a loss. Okay, so even with our OTOs, even with our better opt-in rate, we're still making a loss. Okay, with that traffic source and that traffic quality. Okay, and you need to remember what's going on. So you're showing a Facebook ad. How many people click through is going to change your your CTR score, and that's going to affect your ad price. But of the people who click on it, if you do a good high interest click through, it's probably going to be a bit vague. And then when they get to the landing page or squeeze page, whatever you want to call this, do they all want it? And the chances of them all wanting it, I really suggest to you is very low. So it's not going to be 100% ever. Okay, even if it was, let's just see what happens. So at the moment we're losing money. If we could get the perfect squeeze page and get 100% opt-ins, does it mean we make money? Yeah, we make a little bit of money. We'd make $5,000 a year. Okay, because this is very micro business, man. So even with 100% opt-in rate, we're still not really doing that well. So what would make the biggest difference? Well, interestingly, if we increase the price of the main offer to say $27, okay, now we're at $2,000 a year profit, even with this squeeze rate and this quality of traffic. Okay, if we I am going to copy that one. So this is with Facebook traffic. Let's copy this one. Let's make this one media buys. Okay, or maybe it's social traffic, whatever you think you're going to get. So yeah, $5 CPM, 1% there. And let's say that's 10,000 there, and let's say the quality of the traffic is pretty good because it's on a targeted site, and we've got more room to show them stuff. And now we've got a 6-figure business suddenly, all of a sudden. Okay, all we did there was we increased the price of the base unit. Okay, I didn't change the conversion figures there. We got more opt-ins there, but mainly we increased the price of that, and we changed the quality of the traffic. Okay, so $5 per 1,000, that's a fairly reasonable rate. 1% CTR, that may be a bit optimistic. You're probably thinking you can do better, but I think it's fairly optimistic, but it's possible. And then let's say we just scale it up to do 10,000 visitors, and let's say the conversion from that particular placement is fairly strong at 70%. Again, not all of them. Some of them will be tire kickers. So 30% of them, 3 in 10 are tire kickers. So that's fairly reasonable. And we're making a 6-figure business, getting on for $200,000 a year with that price. Now, we kept the OTO in, and there we are. So if we take the OTO out, I wonder if I can just change that to 0. Yeah, I think that takes it out. Okay, it just goes down to 115 instead of 170. So that's adding about 60,000 extra to our business. So that's about 1.5 timesing it, and that's it's a fairly reasonable conversion rate. 18%. I know you think that might be really low, but 18%. So almost 1 in 5 of the people who buy this go on to buy this. Now obviously we can do much more complicated models. We can add more OTOs, we can add timed OTOs later on, so a week later you offer them something else, maybe offer them a mug or a photo frame or a different t-shirt or whatever, and this will all add into your business. But anyway, the most important thing is in terms of visualization or business simulation, I should call it, is that we can see that changing the price of the main offer suddenly makes the ads start to pay for itself. When we get a better ad source than Facebook, then we're making more money. So with scenario B, we left it on Facebook, and we had these kind of figures. Maybe you can get it down to 5 cents, whatever, we'll see. But that was only $2,000 a year. So let's put that in. So maybe say you're running Bill McIntosh's video ads, 1 cent, 2 cents clicks. Let's say it's 5 cents clicks, and if we could do that, then we're starting to make a more decent profit. $10,000 a year, still only pocket money, but there we go. So if you can run those type of ads, or this is more the sort of $5 a day Ron course that I told you about recently, then if we can get the ad cost down to that, then we're starting to make a profit, and then we can scale it up. Okay, so if we do 10 times that, we should make 10 times the money. So this should be a six-figure business. Yeah, there we go. So there's a six-figure business if we could get 5 cents clicks of this quality, and there's enough of them available, on this offer. Okay, and with these conversion figures. Now if we take the opt-in rate back down, let's make it 20% just for ease. What does that do to our business? Instantly we can see it's halved our profit. So if we don't get this opt-in squeeze page to be right, so whatever it is between the ad and the sale, if that's not right, if that's not working well, then we lost half of our revenue. Okay, but if we can get the adverts for that money with that quality on this offer, we would at least make a profit, 40 grand a year in profit, which is more than a lot of Americans earn, I believe, a year in jobs. So not so bad, and that's with one t-shirt. Obviously we can add different multiple campaigns a month. So this is just the one campaign a month, t-shirt campaign a month here. With these figures, maybe we can increase this figure, maybe we can increase the back end, we could add in other OTOs and other products down here to bump that up, but that's what's doing. But again, the power of the simulation. If we're not getting that, if we end up paying say 30 cents for clicks, okay, profit's gone down from 40-50 thousand a year to 10,000 a year. Okay, so suddenly your whole business, you can see how dependent your business is on this figure here, on what you're paying for ads. Now if you end up paying 60 cents per click and everything else stays the same, okay, we're making half what we were a minute ago. We're making 25 grand a year. Okay, so you can see how this is impacting that. And we can play with these figures and we can play with these figures. Let's just, for the fun of it, let's bring that up to 35 and just see what a small, fairly small change. I mean, it's a lot for a t-shirt unless it's a designer t-shirt, but let's see what that would do to